The economy is in a nightmare. Growth is going absolutely nowhere. Dr. Roger Gewolb has run all sorts of businesses. He's got a doctorate in law from the United States of America, and I think knows a little bit about what's going on. Roger, how worried should we be?
Pretty worried, I think, because the Labour government keeps talking about growth. I've never heard anyone say growth so many times, and yet, as we all know, everything they're doing is anti-growth, anti-business, high taxation, just spoil everything, which is any incentive to
Roger, do you agree with David Starkey that we're now in a situation, you may not have heard it earlier, because I know you're quite busy. Do you agree with David Starkey that we're in a position now where the system will inevitably collapse? Because what's happened is the government is just run out of money. Its whole strategy now is just completely mad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the whole system will collapse. They'll just print some more money. Because that is what governments do. But what we certainly won't have is growth and prosperity. Last night, I spoke at a gathering in Parliament, and there were quite a few very, very wealthy, powerful people there, and it really opened my eyes. I had no idea so many very rich people are leaving the country, but these people were telling me how so many of their friends are leaving or have left their spouse and kids here because the schools are great and they, blah, blah, blah. But themselves, they only come here for 90 days because they're scared to death of the way Starmer and company are running things.
Well, they're killing the economies, aren't they? That's what they're doing. But I mean, it's the rich that will survive this because you'll have assets, you'll have property. So the printing money, which is basically a reverse tax, it's just stealing money off people. But if you're rich and got assets and properties, you're laughing.
Well, I mean, if you're rich, you survive wherever you are.
Yes. Well, not if you've got cash in the bank. You need to have it in something, don't you? So that rises with the inflation.
That's true. Yeah, true that. But, we've got 68 heading for 70 million people, and most of them are not living at the standard that they should be living at for a country as old and sophisticated as this.
We're 26th per capita GDP. We're below some African states now. I mean, we still think we're a great country. We're almost third world now. Well, we are, and so you look at Birmingham at the moment, and the rubbish is rats everywhere that's because they're on strike, but also the council's bankrupt.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's pathetic, and the fact, this is, as I've written and said over and over again, this is the least qualified government that I think has ever existed, perhaps anywhere. None of these people have ever worked a real day in their life. They've never grafted. They've never struggled to make wages for the month to keep their staff and keep their business. They haven't a clue. And unlike Trump, who a businessman himself, nevertheless brings in Musk, these guys don't bring in anybody. They're making these decisions themselves, Rachel Reeves and the rest of them, about things that they barely understand.
But are they in denial? Because, I mean, she's all about growth, and yet she's taxing companies, driving people out who are the money men.
They are 100% Egyptian.
Yeah.
They are in denial, yeah.
So how's it going to all end, Roger? You're the economist. Does it all come collapsing down? Is that what needs to happen? Or is it just going to get worse and worse?
Yeah, my own personal theory, it's a bit off the wall, but it is that Trump is going to, Britain's very close to his heart. He's got big interest here, and his mother was Scottish. He is going to befriend Starmer and the Labour Party, and he's going to move them in the right direction. And if they don't let him do that, then I'm sure they'll find some way to force them out.
Well, they've just cut the 20,000 credit cards that apparently the civil service are just spending on, like, Gucci shoes when they're abroad. Apparently 660 million in a year. These people are just splashing out our cash like it's water. I mean, it's all basically corruption, isn't it?
A lot of it is corruption. It's quite amazing. And the corruption in the Labour Party that we've seen actually outdoes anything the Tories ever did, and that was beyond belief.
Well, I mean, yeah, £18 million penthouse that his son needed for his GCSEs. Meanwhile,
But
other people
I'm
are
not
in
talking
private
about-
schools. They can.
I'm not talking about Trump and details like that. I'm saying on a more macro, on a broader level, he's going to say, I think, to Starmer, all right, knock off this suppression of free speech nonsense and stop this and stop that and do this and do that, or else.
Well, it's already affecting American companies, this online safety bill. Apple have withdrawn some of their end-to-end encryption because they said we're not prepared to agree to what you're demanding. And Trump did say, you know, we may even put sanctions on if you're going to affect our big American tech bros.
Absolutely. And look at the giant deals, 300 mil, 650 million, of big name companies that canceled their deals in the UK because of what's going on.
Well, they cancelled out the Gigafactory, didn't they, up in Scotland? That was Musk. I mean,
And then these
Starmer
loonies go-
cancelled his invite. Now he's sort of backtracking, isn't he, doing the old reverse
Yeah,
ferret.
and then these Looney Tunes go out and they get on television and they go, growth, we're all about growth.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, but surely they must know, or do they actually not know that this
No,
is, you know,
I don't
taxing
think
companies,
I don't think they know. They have no experience base.
bringing in employment laws where the person from day one has rights. I mean, no company's going to bother with this country. You'd have to be mad.
I fear a lot of businesses are going to feel that way. They're going to feel, you know, look, we're sophisticated business people. We plan 5 years in advance. We know what's going on. These people are not serious people. They don't look like they know what they're doing, and so they're not going to invest.
No.
And they can't see that. You're right. They can't see it.
Do they care?
But they must see it in the figures when it's dropping every day.
They have no experience base, and they're not listening to people who are telling them otherwise. Do they care? That's a good question, Andre. I think probably not. No.
Is it because they're living in this, you know, liberal bubble and they just go to these... This is what you hear all the time. They just want to be amongst their friends and this is where they get popular.
And because they think their just cause of redistributing wealth and socialism is better than our nonsense. And C, because they have all these powerful figures behind them telling them that they're right and, you know, cheering them on and all this stuff. And they're just
Is there an element where they don't value the success of the United Kingdom? They value something that they see as much more of a global community. Do you see what I mean?
Some of them are definitely, you know, WEF people with.
Well,
that
Starmer
sort of...
said that. They said Davos or Westminster are definitely Davos. I mean, in the Telegraph today it says growth forecast halved in blow to Starmer. The OBR, Office for Budget Responsibilities, downgrade will be embarrassing for PM and Rachel Reeves. The official economic growth forecast for 2025 will be halved next week. In a blow to Sir Keir Starmer, the Telegraph understands the OBR will downgrade the expected growth rate for 2025 financial year. I mean, surely they've got to accept. I mean, she was always.
Yeah.
They've got to accept it.
No. If Trump doesn't get to them first, and Vance and Musk, and say, look, you know, you people need to wake up and now do this, and you know, stay stum about all your nonsense about the other stuff. Just do this, and you'll be all right. If he doesn't get to them first, and or they don't listen, then what will happen is exactly what you just described, Ash. They will hit the wall, and there'll be some figures that they can't gaslight about. They'll make up some excuse. Oh, this is because of the Tories, or this is because of pigs in Siberia, or this is because
Liz Truss had to resign, though, but it doesn't seem to work the other way.
No, of course not.
No, because
they're trying the best. They're trying the best, and the new rule, Roger, in British government is it doesn't matter how bad you are. If you've tried your best, that's enough.
Yeah.
It's like being in sports.
I think you're right. I think you're right. And also, we've left out one important element. The public doesn't give a damn anymore. They're so sick of all these people.
I think they've put something in our tea. Anyway, Roger, we've got to go to a break, but thanks for coming on. We'll hopefully get you on much sooner again.
Okay.